Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a writing Q&A. I'm in such like a writing mood right now. Like I've been watching way more like author-tube videos than booktube videos recently, and I'm just like in the zone. And a while ago I asked you guys for some questions on my Twitter and Instagram in regards to writing and everything to do with writing, and you guys delivered with some good questions, so I'm gonna get into them. I haven't planned out my answers or anything, so this might be a mess, but yeah, let's just get started. I do have another writing Q&A that you guys can check up there that I did last year if you guys want to know more. I also have like a writing vlog playlist and like a writing updates playlist if you guys want to get up to date on all of my writing goodies. So let's just get right into the Q&A. So the first question is, do you have a writing routine? Not really. I guess like just to, I don't know, like I tend to be more productive if I have makeup on and if I'm dressed in clothes and I'm feeling good about myself, then I feel like, oh, I'm ready for the day. I have to do something. I am not just gonna sit on the couch and watch YouTube or, you know, do nothing and waste my day away. So if I'm dressed and put together, I am like 10 times more likely to get something done. So that's definitely like a part of my writing routine, I guess. Maybe lighting candles, like listening to music. Like I don't really have like a set routine. There's the simple answer for you, I guess. Somebody asked, what books would you compare Reasons Why Not to? Reasons Why Not To is my current book that I'm kind of working on. I actually just finished draft 2 of it, which is really exciting. I would definitely compare it to like Geekerella, Eliza and Her Monsters. Yeah, I think those two. I think Eliza and Her Monsters and Geekerella, and maybe a bit of Fangirl. Like Anxiety Rep, and there is like a book festival in Reasons Why Not To, just like there's like a convention in Geekerella. So it's kind of like a mixture of all of those things, but just like little things. Yeah, I guess that's what I would compare my book to. In what kind of program do you write? Word, Google Docs, etc.? I currently work in Microsoft Word, although I would really like to buy Scrivener, and I was just rewatching my NaNoWriMo vlog from last year, and I said that I will be buying Scrivener in December, and then I didn't. I just for some reason can't commit to it. I keep forgetting to buy it, and then I just don't get it, and then I keep putting it off. But one day, I would like to have Scrivener because I don't know, I like to write in chronological order, but I also like to write random scenes whenever they come to me, and that would be so much easier if I had Scrivener. So, I don't know, but currently I work in Microsoft Word and I hate it. Is there a book of writing prompts you would recommend to new writers to get them into the habit of writing a little bit each day? Yes. I don't typically follow like writing prompts, but a writing book that you could use is there's a book that I actually own but I don't feel like grabbing, but it's like 642 things to write about. It just has like a bunch of like writing prompts, and it like gives you space to write in the things, so you can just like flip open to a random page and do one, or you can do it in chronological order of how they have it in the book. I have done a few of them, but I don't typically love it. I just don't like doing writing prompts for some reason. Or you could also just Google or go on Pinterest and just type in writing prompts and go from there as well. You don't necessarily need to buy a book to do writing prompts. I know that sometimes I do take inspiration from like Pinterest. What are the best and worst writing tips you have ever received? I actually haven't really received any writing tips. I don't know, I guess I just don't really talk to people about my writing who are like also writers. But like writing quotes that I like good ones. It's like this quote that's like about like first drafts it's just like you like shoveling sand into the sandbox, and then revisions are like you molding that sandcastle, something like that. I just like anything that reminds me that first drafts suck, and that's okay. Anything that makes me feel better about that. Or like, ooh, I love you can edit a bad page but you can't edit a blank page. I really like that one as well. As for bad writing advice, it's not so much advice, but there was this English teacher in my school, and he helped us form this like writing club in my grade 11 year, and he told us that at our age, we were like, what, 16, 17 at the time, he told us that we should not be trying to write a novel at our ages. He's like, there's no reason for you at your age to be writing a novel. You should not be writing a novel. And I was just like, how does that make any sense? Like, if I am like passionate enough to write a novel at my age, then I will. If I am capable of writing a novel at my age, then I will. Like, that just gives me more experience for later on, and so that I could like, you know, become a better writer earlier. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would I waste my time not writing novels if I know that I am capable of writing them? And like at that point I had already written 2 books. So I was just kind of like, what the hell is your problem? Like he has like one like little book published that nobody has ever heard of, and the premise sounds really stupid, so he was kind of like a pretentious ass, and I was just like, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, I've written 2 books, like shut up, that's awful advice. Like, it doesn't matter what age you are, if you want to write a freaking novel, then write a freaking novel, okay? Like, don't listen to anybody who tells you that you shouldn't or you can't. Like, just do it, and prove them wrong, because I was like, yo sir, like, I've written 2 books. Shut up. Like, I'm 19 years old. I've written 3 books, and the 3rd one has 2 drafts now. So, like, shut up, basically. Do you have an outline while writing, or do you figure it out as you write? I do outline. I used to never outline when I was younger, and then I would never finish anything. So I outline now, and I use the Save the Cat beat sheet, or at least that's what I used for draft 2 of Reasons Why Not To, and I freaking loved it. I think my outline was like over 20,000 words, which is crazy. Yeah, like, I love Save the Cat. You can just Google the Save the Cat beat sheet. Do it by Jessica Brody, because that's for novels. There's another one that's just for like screenwriters, but Save the Cat beat sheet, you can get it a free like PDF online, or you can actually buy Save the Cat Writes a Novel, which I really want to like own like really badly. I just haven't gotten around to buying it. But yeah, I do outline. If I just like go like willy-nilly, then I will never finish, or it's just not gonna be good. It's gonna like require major developmental edits later on, and I lose steam. Whereas if I know where I'm going, I know what I need to write, it's so much easier. I kind of want to make a video on how I outline, so while I'm working on this new book for NaNoWriMo, I kind of want to like write down and like keep like a running list of everything that I do, because whenever I do something, once I'm like past it, I'm like, how did I do that? Like, what did I do to like accomplish that? And so while I'm working on my new book for NaNoWriMo, I'm going to be like writing down like a full list of everything that I do for like outlining a book, and I want to make a video about how I outline, because I have been asked a couple of times to make a video like that, and I just never did because I didn't feel like I had a good enough process, but I do now. And so I will hopefully be making that video sometime in the future. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year, but hopefully I'll be making a video about how I outline my books, so stay tuned for that. What advice would you give to someone who has an idea and wants to write but is so completely intimidated by the process? Maybe take it like one step at a time. V.E. Schwab like tweets all the time about how she doesn't set out to write a novel. Like, when she sits down to write, she sets out to write like a page or like a chapter. Like, she doesn't think, I'm gonna write a book today, which I think is like really great advice. Just take it one step at a time. Something that really helped me when I was writing draft 2 of Reasons Why Not To was I literally took it act by act. So I outlined act 1, and then I wrote act 1, and then I went back and I like did act 2, wrote act 2, act 3, did act 3. Like, I knew like what the whole outline was. Like, I outlined the entire book like briefly, but then I went back and did a more like extensive outline for act 1, and then I wrote it, and then I went back and did an extensive outline for act 2 and wrote that, and that just worked for me for this draft. Yeah, I say just take it step by step and just, you know, take it slow. Don't think about writing a book, just think about writing a page or a chapter and go from there if you're really intimidated by it. Yeah, I think that's the best advice that I could give you. After you finish Reasons Why Not To, will you look for an agent? If so, and you want to publish, which publishing house do you want to go through, or would you rather self-publish? I don't want to self-publish. I've always dreamed of being traditionally published, and I just don't know enough and don't have enough money to do self-publishing, so I definitely want traditional publishing. That's always been my dream. When I finish this book, I will be looking for an agent. I will be querying. I don't know when. I'm hoping to like start the publication process like late 2020, early 2021. Don't quote me on that though. Like, it all really depends on how this book goes. If like I do revisions and I still feel like it's publishable, and we'll talk about it then. But the goal right now, the plan is right now to hopefully be looking for an agent when I'm done this book. And as for publishing house, I don't really know. I really like I keep looking at like what publishing houses publish books that I love, and I love Simon & Schuster. They publish some amazing books. Or Wednesday Books, which is an imprint of something. I just can't remember what the imprint is. Yeah, I think those are my favorites. I think Wednesday Books and like Simon & Schuster. Simon & Schuster I think is actually my favorite. I was in New York in August, and I saw Simon & Schuster, the building, and my mom pointed it out to me, and I freaked out. I took so many pictures, and I just like was instantly put into a good mood because I was like, I could be like they might publish my book one day. Like, probably not, but like, you know, I was just kind of like, oh my god, like this is like my first publishing house I've ever seen, because like I live in Canada and I don't live in like Toronto, so like I don't have publishing houses where I live. Do you have another book idea for after you finish Reasons Why Not To? Yes. I will be making a whole video talking about my new novel and like my plans for NaNoWriMo, which is what I will be when I will be working on this book, but I also talk about it in my September writing vlog, which I will link up there for you. It's basically another YA contemporary romance, which is just my thing, and like a musical, a school musical, and possibly hate to love and fake dating, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I'm currently working on brainstorming and character work and outlining. I will hopefully be writing it next month. Is Reasons Why Not To a standalone or some sort of series? It is a standalone, but I am kind of hoping for all my books within the genre to kind of be like Morgan Matson, where they all take place in the same universe and there's possibility for cameos. So I am planning a cameo of the Reason Why Not To characters, specifically my main character Lila and her best friend Jada, possibly Beckett if the timing works. I'm planning a cameo for them in this new book. If it doesn't work, I'll cut it out, but I do plan on writing it, and I'm really excited because I've never done anything like this before. But I just love reading books where there are cameos. Like any like Morgan Matson book where there's a cameo, I fangirl so hard. When I read Landline by Rainbow Rowell and there was like a brief little cameo from Levi and Kath, I died. So, you know, like that's my plan. So it's not like a series, but all my books within the genre will hopefully take place in the same universe, but Reasons Why Not To is a standalone. I don't plan on writing a sequel for it. What song fits with your characters in Reasons Why Not To? I have a song for Lila, I think. I have a couple like songs that like relate to anxiety that remind me of Lila. As for my other characters, I don't have like a specific song that reminds me of them. Maybe I'll play one that fits Lila. It's Anxiety by Julia Michaels. I almost cry every time I hear the song, so let me just like jam out to it for a second for you guys.
My friends don't wanna take me to the movies. I tell them to fuck off, I'm holding hands with my depression. And right when I think I'm overcoming, anxiety starts kicking in to teach that shit a lesson. Oh, I try my best just to be social. I make all these plans with friends and hope they call and cancel. Then I overthink about the things I'm missing. No mission, always with them. Feel like I'm always apologizing for feeling like I'm not in my mind when I'm doing just fine. But all my friends, they don't know what it's like, what it's like. They don't understand why I can't sleep through the night. I thought that I could take something to fix it, damn, I wish it was that simple. All my friends, they don't know what it's like, what it's like.
Yeah, so that song kind of reminds me of Lila. Not like all parts of it, but some parts of it definitely remind me of Lila. What do you like to have with you when you write? I like to have some sort of drink, whether it's like pop or water or hot chocolate, just something to drink. Music, I have to have music of some sort, whether that's my actual like writing playlist for the book or just random music. I need to have music. My laptop, obviously. I need to have like my notebook for the book that I'm working on. Yeah, basic things. If you guys want to watch my NaNoWriMo survival kit, I'll try to link it up above in the cards, because those are basically the things that I have with me all the time, not just during NaNoWriMo. So somebody asked, what gave you the inspiration for Reasons Why Not To? This book is like vastly different than what it was originally when I first started, like got the idea for it. For the original idea, it was gonna be about the main character going to the bookstore to find a book, like the next book in a series, and she goes there and it's not there, and then she sees this guy walking around with it, so she kind of like gets out of her comfort zone and goes and like tries to like barter with him to get it. It's completely different to what the book is now. Like that's not even relevant at all. Like, the only thing that's the same is there's a bookstore. That was kind of pulled from like a real life scenario where it was like, what if? I went to the bookstore to find the sequel to The Murder Complex. I checked the website before I left. They said they had a copy. So we like immediately went to the bookstore and it was not there. And I saw somebody with it, but it was a girl, and she was sitting on the ground with it because it was a signing for Zenith, so Lindsay Cummings was going to be at the store later today. Somebody had just bought it, and so I kind of was like later thinking like, what if that was like a cute boy who had it and I like went up to him to try to get him to like give it to me. Yeah, that was kind of the inspiration, but I totally changed it. So I think that was my last question. So thank you to everybody who asked me a writing question on my Twitter or Instagram. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!